husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs, we've overcome. God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.
We've got something to talk about. So for the next few moments, please allow us
to bring you something you can feel.
It's time for the real talk about real life. Nothing but real. Wanna tell the truth, it's on design. Let's be real. Join in, tell your friends, 'cause every now and then we all need a reality check
With the Adolphs.
Welcome to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And today's episode is Faith, Family, and Fitness. And we're excited to share our journeys with you and tips on staying fit.
Oh, definitely. You know, in staying fit, a lot of people think of physical fitness, but it's also a mental fitness as well. You got to exercise your brain by reading and just doing things out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and what I think on our personal journeys are a lot different. Well, you know I'm going to get in on them. So, but it really boils down to your surroundings and your family. And I think that's what happened on ours. It could have been different from where it is. And we're struggling to get back on that fitness bus.
Oh, definitely. You know, when we started our journey, you started before I did. And I just, you know, commend you on sticking with it and staying strong and staying positive. And that's what made me go into it and kind of say, you know what, let me go ahead and join in with you.
Thank you, babe.
Oh, you're welcome.
Reality. So, at the time that we learned about fitness, we kind of knew. We knew when we grew up. Like your mom gave us Tybo. I think we still got Tybo VHS tapes somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
My mom used to do Sit and Get Fit in Channel 8, you know, in the mornings and stuff. So we knew about it. And we were at a time, especially myself, I was extremely skinny. After I gave birth to my last set of children, which were twins, I couldn't get the weight off. So we opened up a child care center, and I felt myself being overwhelmed and lost. I started getting onto Facebook. Back then it wasn't as popular as it is now, but I started getting on the Facebook, and I fell in love with my trainer in Florida. Shout out to you. I'm not going to blast her out. But I started following her and realized she was a coach. She reached out to me and said, look, you could do this too. Get the videos, drink the shake, do it on your own. And that's how I started my fitness journey. I can remember times going to bed hungry and drinking my shake, and my family still eating a huge, humongous takeout fried meal.
Well, it was chicken. Chicken is healthy.
No, not from where you got chicken from. It was crazy out there. But in hindsight, I think that was the push to bring me out of depression. And then once I started losing weight, a girlfriend of mine suggested that I become a member of a gym. At the time, it wasn't in our budget, but my husband said, you know what, go. And I went. And I joined a class that was amazing, and you guys will hear about it. But it brought out more in me, like you said. It was more of that mental confidence of, hey, you could do this. Yes, you're losing weight, but it's more than losing weight. And how did you do that? Because then he started joining. He joined the gym, started playing basketball and working out, and lost more weight than I did.
Well, it was that you was dedicated to it. So my thing was to always support you. I wasn't going to go to the class you went to because I passed out just watching it. So
why? We love Soul Grooves.
Yes, but so I love basketball more. So I started playing basketball, and there's a great group of guys, and some of them I already knew from the community, and some of them I worked with in the past. So it was kind of like I was working out without really realizing that I was working out. And as we continued to go through our journey, at the time we started, I was around 370 pounds.
I remember.
So we had to go back and forth, and it felt like, when you walk into the room and the room rumbles, everybody looking at you, and that's how I always felt. But then after a while changing how I ate and what I ate, it did make a big difference, because it gave me the energy to run a little bit longer and still dive for basketballs, lift weights. I've never really been into the weight room a lot, but I just do enough to stay fit. And then, we also did a lot of things that I've enjoyed back then, and we've, got back into it, and I really enjoy our walks, because it kind of gives us that opportunity to talk to each other about what's going on, either work, family, or whatever. But it also gives us the opportunity to listen to daily motivations, to strengthening and developing our mind too, to be healthy.
And you've watched us enough to know that pretty much we do everything together. So we got our fitness trainer certification,
Correct.
And we started a business, Winning Through Fitness, WTF. That lasted like maybe a minute.
That wasn't our calling.
It wasn't our calling, but it brought us closer into the fitness world and learning about how to eat right, take care of yourself, and stay fit.
Correct. And we all have issues with eating. We just have to learn how to control it. And that's sometimes you can't do it on your own because you feel that you can. I'm grown, I can stop when I want to. But you have to realize you're going to need that help to stop eating.
Yes. So guys, as we go on this episode, I encourage you to come back after the commercial. We have several guests here today. And also just listen in and see what you could do. Faith, family, and fitness.
Hi, this is Willie Adolph of the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. So a lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we have a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit, it will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolph Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
Welcome back to Reality Check with the Adolphs. And I'm so excited. Y'all really don't understand. We told you guys a little bit about me and Willie's story, so you're familiar with our journey. But what I didn't tell you specifically, I had a personal fitness instructor that really pushed me to lose weight and get on the fitness journey. Today, on our episode of Faith, Fitness, and Health, I have the owner and founder of Soul Grooves, Tammy Harris.
Welcome, Tammy.
I love you guys.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy to be here. This is awesome.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I kind of like put it in that you're a fitness instructor, but what is all of that about?
Well, I actually started off, and my background was actually a dance teacher and dance instructor. And after giving birth to my second daughter, it was a bit overwhelming. So I wasn't doing that, and I needed another outlet. So I actually became a member of Lifetime Fitness. And I think within a year of being a member there, I was actually approached to teach one of their dance formats that I did not like. And they said, well, if you don't like it, create your own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
And so that is how we end up coming up with Soul Grooves Fitness. And actually, I recall going to all these different dance workouts, you know, Zumba or Dance Jam or hip hop this and all this different stuff. And I would take all the notes of the things that I liked and all the things that I didn't like. And I went to the drawing board and came up with Soul Grooves. But the one thing that I realized that was missing was feeling connected, or the community, you know, and just having something, because health and wellness is just not a physical aspect, but I believe it's spiritual as well as mental. And so that's how we came up with Soul Grooves, Mind, Body, and Soul Workout. Yeah, and then of course from that we end up having a huge following. But we did a test class with 7 people. Wow. And from those 7 people, we ended up being in a gym with 250 people. And it started out with it just being me, and I actually had found a young lady that would attend my class, and I was like, you know what, I need some help. Maybe you can just teach some of the classes for me. And she started teaching, and when I realized I was able to train her to do what I was doing, and she had great success in her class, it was like, ding, why don't you patent this and create a format? And my husband and I, we really didn't know what we were doing. You know, it's scary when you start something out because it wasn't planned. It kind of like landed in my lap. I feel like God just put it in my path, and I picked it up and decided to take this responsibility on. But we didn't know what we were doing. We literally just reached out to fitness gurus, and Lawrence Viscontini was my mentor. I never met him. We just read up on him and that he was, you know, pretty respected, actually in the yoga industry, which is completely different from Soul
because
Grooves.
that has no Soul Grooves is tiring.
There's no yoga.
No, not at all. But he knew how to basically help me create a brand and a manual, and to become a respectful brand, not just something that, you know, somebody create and, you know, you start doing it, you know, in your area. I wanted this to be where if instructors decided to share my journey, that they will be able to get continuing education points, they'll be able to maintain certifications, things of that sort, that it would be approved by the Alpha, NASM, who's the other one? Oh gosh, there's one more, I can't, ACE. So that if you got certified, you know, you would get that stamp of approval. That was huge for me. So we did that. We were featured on Kelly and Michael show, which
you won like Fitness Instructor of the Year.
That
was crazy.
Yep.
I remember that, guys. Yep. Google her and Google Facebook and Google Soul Grooves, because we were sharing like crazy. Yeah. Vote for her.
And we won.
Yes.
We won. And what I loved about that was that generally your fitness gurus are birthed in Miami, LA, New York. This was an opportunity for them to see the talent that we have here in Houston. Yes. So that was awesome. And not only that, but it was literally a community that put me in New York City. And it was the community that helped me win.
Yeah.
And then of course, and that was the win at my back. It was the win at my back. And we just grew from there.
Wow. Yeah, because I can remember that you were like in the middle of downtown Houston yelling with this thing, and I was like, oh my God, I love her.
That's right.
I was like, Willie, go get me, I want one of those things over my head and get me a boombox so I can yell at people. And
you did.
And I did.
And you did. That's right. And we were really huge on, the mental part of just building confidence and self-esteem.
And that's what you
And we
want.
wanted you to feel, when you walked in that class, we wanted you to feel bigger and better when you walked out. That was the mission. Numbers on the scale, that was the small thing. But I mean, the huge vision that we had was just, I don't know, just really making you feel like nothing was impossible, that you were worth the fight, you were worth the struggle, that, not to single yourself out, you were not the only one dealing or struggling with, whether it was weight loss or diabetes or high cholesterol or, things of that sort. And in the midst of all that, I lost my brother. And I lost my brother to heart disease and kidney failure, which only made it just made me more passionate about what I was doing. He was very young. He was 47 years old.
Oh man.
And he died of heart failure.
Yes,
And so
sorry.
that was my story. When I traveled from state to state, I just basically got with different fitness conventions so that I could plant my seed. But my story was always, my personal story is how I connected with people. And then it's interesting how people opened up that was struggling with cancer, a depression. I became what I call the happy pill for people. They said that this is what helped them get up.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's just the personal involvement that her whole instructors have, not just Tammy, it's just all of her instructors had this connection to make you feel worthy in that class.
It's a part of the training. So actually in our manual, we actually incorporated where we try to teach people to be life skill coaches, not just a teacher who knows the choreography or who knows the moves or knows the nutritional background, but how to connect with people, how to make it a personal experience, and how to build a community. Because here's the deal, if you're just coming into class for weight loss or whatever, then what happens once you reach that goal?
Yeah, what does
That's
happen?
it.
Yeah, what happens? So we wanted a community, so that when you reach that goal, you still wanted to stay. You still wanted to stay. And from that point on, you just still continue to better yourself.
Yeah. So how can we connect with Soul Grooves? What do you have coming up?
So we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter. And you can follow us at Soul Grooves Fitness.
All right. Well, thank you. We appreciate your time.
And we are launching a new website. So the new website will be full of virtual classes that you can take, different formats, not just Soul Grooves, anything from core, dumbbells for dummies, resistance training, run coaching, mobility stretching, meditation, everything, because you need all that. You got to have all that, because if not, the boredom factor is going to come in and then you're going to just give up. So we're giving you some of everything to help assist you along your wellness journey. So soulgroovesfitness.com, we're dropping the new website at the end of this month. So check it out.
I will. I'm definitely going to check out that DFD. Dumbbell for dummies. So
All right, guys, we're going to go to a commercial. So we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Willie Adolph of the Adolph Group at Equity House Properties. I'm here today to talk to you about home purchasing. A lot of times people want to know, where do we start? When do we start? How much do we need to save? What does our credit score need to be like? Can I really move in now? And the answer is yes. The thing is that you want to get pre-approved first before you even go house shopping, because what you wouldn't want to happen is that you find the perfect home, but the bank won't qualify you for your mortgage. So always get pre-approved first. So find a good lender, which we have a lot of resources for you on that. Second, you want to make sure that anything that's on your credit, if it's something that you can work with, let's work with it, because everything on your credit, it depends on what it is for each mortgage company. And third, once you get that pre-approval, now it's time to go house shopping. Now, Willie, what about the money, the down payment and things like that? Well, they have a lot of programs that's out there. So based on your credit will depend on the down payment assistance that you can receive. But we do have a lot of resources and a lot of things that can help you. And everyone with the Adolph Group will hold you by your hand and walk you through the whole process. So you can contact us at www.theadolphgroup.com or 281-451-7087. And remember, when you have will, you have a way.
Nothing but real. Wanna tell the truth.
Welcome back to Reality Check with the Adolphs, and we're blessed to share our friends Emerson and Julia Fuentes. They're here on this episode of Faith, Fitness, and Health to talk about what you can do and encourage all of us to have faith, fitness, and health in our regular lifestyles. Thank you for coming, guys.
Thank you, guys. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
So, what we all want to know is, how many kids do you have?
That's a good question.
That is.
We are blended and blessed with 5 kids.
Yes.
Wow.
So, I want to know, how did y'all meet?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. So I started working at 24 Hour Fitness. I went to personal training school, and I graduated in 2015. And as soon as I graduated, I went into 24 Hour Fitness.
Okay.
Life happened at the time, and then I just God put people into your lives for a reason. So she was a positive influence that I met in 2014 actually. And we just kicked it off. We became friends, and from the gym. And then 2016, I was like, you're not going anywhere.
I need this joy in my life.
Yeah, you're gonna be my girlfriend. And December 28th, I told her, hey, can you be my girlfriend?
Wow. So was you her personal trainer?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So he made you, like how he pushed you to do that extra rep?
He sure did.
Oh, okay.
He did.
Okay, because you kind of like,
He challenged me definitely, and that's always a good thing because when change doesn't come through being comfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to see changes.
Correct.
That's awesome. And you guys say you met through the gym. So I know you guys had your own personal journey. Working together in fitness, what else do you do outside of in the gym? Are you still a personal trainer?
I do that as a hobby now, but we have our own business that we started back in 2016, and we're executive consultants with Ambit Energy. That's an independent consultants. That's what we are. So we started that, back in 2016, and it's just been a privilege, and the passion that we have for it, it's amazing.
How is it to work with your husband?
It's amazing. I get to see him every day, all day. And not only do we, get to work out, we probably have different schedules on our workouts because we do have a family, and we just try to create balance with our business, our family, our health, and our faith. So just being able to have that as a family, we absolutely love it, especially now with 2020, COVID, school.
Right.
So we just have to make sure that we're finding time for them to see some daylight and not just being stuck in the house.
So do they work out with you guys?
So they see us. So here's one thing. So
They see us.
they see us working out, right?
Right.
And here's one thing that I was always going outside and playing. I stayed outside, right? So the kids, nowadays they stay on the computer, their video games. So what do? I went to go buy them a basketball goal. The first thing I bought was skates, right? You got to get your kids out there. So that's the first thing that I did, and they enjoy it. They go out there and they skate. Now we got a basketball goal now outside, so they play outside now instead of being in the video games.
So it's not like how when we grew up, we didn't really play a lot of video games. You
No.
know, we were fortunate if we did have one or a little handheld one, so we had to make our own games outside. So we kind of lost that, and now instilling that back into our kids nowadays, that's great.
That is.
Yeah, I definitely see our oldest. I was a single mom and always find balance to, my thing is working out before you had to go to work. So even though I had a full-time job before Ambit, I had to be at work at 8. So I would wake up at 4 to be at the gym or go run at 5. So it's like if you really want it, making sure you have that mindset and making time for what you love. But I just love it now, bringing it back. My stepdaughter's 21. She's telling me she's going running now. She's in Louisiana, so she picked up, she sees, and they pick up that healthy lifestyle from us. And then now our 19-year-old, she's going to the gym faithfully almost every single day.
Wow.
So now not just working, going to, esthetician school, and now working out. We're just so proud to see our oldest kids kind of incorporating that into their lifestyle.
Wow.
So does that help? Do you think that helps the kids with a lot of their stress or things, especially with things that go on?
Hey, that's a good question.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good question for us.
That is a very
That's why we keep up the workout.
Me, I was like, what I do?
yes, that is a very good question. Yes, I believe it does. I mean, it helps us out. So imagine kids, right? They take their minds off of school. You know, anything that's going on in school. They become more confident. I know we have our 10-year-old. He's in jiu-jitsu. So we have them doing stuff, you know, and just staying active. That's it. You know, fitness doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, working out at the gym or anything. Fitness is just a lifestyle.
Right.
And it's just something that you do. You know, you go out there and play, you know, football with your kids or throw some balls, you know, 30 minutes a day. That's all you need.
Wow. So we went into the physical aspects. What about your health and cooking and stuff like that? I remember when Willie and I were going through our fitness journey, I had my special little meal and the kids and him ate whatever and whatever. How do you incorporate cooking in your household with the fitness lifestyle? Is there separate meals or?
No, we try to get everybody to eat the same thing as we're eating, right? And we're trying to eat healthy, right? That's basically it. And let me tell everybody struggles with eating. That's their main struggle. Is 80% of everything that goes into fitness, right? So there are times that you can go out there and have, you know, pizza, burger, or something like that, but just have it one time. It's okay.
With
right?
moderation.
With
So
moderation.
it's okay to eat 10 wings instead of 8?
I would say 6.
Oh, see, now you're talking about strict
Baked.
diet.
Yeah.
Baked.
So
With hot sauce.
the thing that we see is that people that go into strict diets, they don't last, right? So I would just encourage people to just have a balanced meal, and you know, eat your proteins, carbs, and fats throughout the day, and you'll be fine.
One thing I have to say is don't be angry or hangry if you eat like a, you know, ice cream or a cookie. Just make sure you're getting back on track the next day or the next meal. Because I know as ladies we can beat ourselves up with that, but I learned within time just finding balance and making sure you don't beat yourself up.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Emerson and Julia, for being here with us. We're blessed to know you guys and have you in our community. And then also good to hear your story and share information about Ambit. And if they want to reach you at Ambit, how can they reach you guys?
Well, we have a website, turnonelectricity.com. You can reach us there, and it has our phone number on there also. So
Yes.
that's what we
can get some fitness tips.
You right?
Guys,
It'd be electrifying.
That's a good one.
this has been an awesome, awesome day of family, faith, fitness, and health. We're glad that you joined us, and we encourage you to work out, get your mind right, and stay healthy. God bless.
Husband and wife, partners in life, family and business.
Through the ups and downs, we've overcome. God as a witness.
From the household of faith to real estate to what's happening now.